Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm going live for no reason, so maybe we'll wait for some people to get here. So what I've been doing, well, I've been doing a lot of stuff with 16 tet, and the keyboard's been in 16 since Christmas, and I'm doing a big project and I'm sick of it. So now what I'm doing, since the tuning of the month is 19, it gives me a great excuse to get this out again. I'm trying to harmonize Blowing in the Wind by Bob Dylan in 19 tut. I just came up with a really good idea. So I'm going to try and sing kind of like what I have so far, because like it's normally in D, right? Right, so there's that. So like the normal chords would be like, how many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail? I can't read. Before is D. Yeah, before she sleeps in the sand. Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly? Now, see, this is the same progression over and over again. Works really well for that folk aesthetic, right? Now, a subtle diatonic shift I like to do, this is nice, and it leads into my next idea, is when you have the how many roads must a man walk down. Go to B minor there instead of D. Ooh, nice and tasty. A little bit more poppy than folky, but totally fine, right? Really subtle, and it's got a nice effect to it. Brings a little bit of a darker shade into it. And when I'm trying to voice lead things in 19 tet, I try to not play things diatonically all the time, because then it's like, well, the attitude isn't, it's not why not just play it in 12 tet, but it kind of feels that way. Like if you've got something in a diatonic scale and you play it in 19, it does sound a little bit different, like it has a different character, like the twang of it is different, and you could like do this with the pitches too, but like the character, like it feels really similar. So I think the key here is discovering different kinds of voice leading. So this leads me into my next idea. So basically I've got two ideas right now to use chromatic steps in a really nice way. And one of them is a little bit more forced than the other, and one of them isn't fleshed out at all. So the first one here is that we have like a D chord normally, right? How many roads must a man walk down? D, G, A, 7, D. So the melody just goes A to B. So since that's pretty simple, I thought that what I'd try and do is like, if I've got a chord, a predominant chord, a dominant, and a tonic, what I kind of want to do here is like just take the slot where the predominant chord is and have something chromatic that can voice lead down a half step again and then voice lead again. But this involves altering the melody so that it's much more simple. However, this can be used as a variation. So if we like had the notes of the melody, A, B, B, A, F sharp, E, B, right? So that's really simple. 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. So, how many roads? Ooh, yummy diagonal chord here, right? So this one is the idea. It's having kind of like a whole tony chord spelled E flat, A, D flat, G here, and then moving down with everybody except the A. So then what that gives you is like a harmonic seventh here, but the harmonic seventh is really flat in 19 such that it doesn't count. So this hopefully has like a little bit of the character of a tritone sub, and it's kind of a weird flavor. I could put the A in the bottom, but I don't need to. So then, if we choose to use this chord instead of G, and this chord as a modified A that has like a sharp 4 and a doubly flatted 7 there. We could just do this. Oh, no, that would have the tonic in it. We could do this is what we could do. But look at how my fingers are crammed in there. That's not great. Let's see. Are there any people here? There's one person here. That's something. Hey, one person. You don't mind if I post this in the Discord, do you? And take like 2 seconds to not have any activity. Let's see. Video link. All right. I've copied the video link, and now I'm going to spam it at all the relevant groups. Okay. But yeah, this should be a fun topic. Oh, come on. Oh, we got 2 people. Well, that's good. So what we're doing right now is we're playing Blowing in the Wind by Bob Dylan in 19-tone equal temperament. And I'm talking about a few ideas. Let's see. So, okay, get back to it. Oh, Celebrate Burtis here. Hey, how are you doing? I'm so glad you get those notifications. That's fantastic. I keep forgetting to remind people to hit the bell. I want to create like a really, really funny subscribe graphic where like I'm saying stuff and the thing I'm saying is really boring, but like the YouTube like subscribe graphic is like going nuts and like borderline seizure warning and like bouncing around the screen and like exploding. I think that would be really funny because it's like supposed to be a background element, but what if you like subverted it in a humorous way? I mean, like some people have already done that. Okay, here. So back to the Blowing in the Wind here. So the chords. How many roads must a man walk down? We've got D, and then we've G, A7, D. I like an A7 better than an A, even though Bobby probably does an A. I didn't even check. I should listen to this song before I live stream about it on YouTube. But anyway, okay. So we have one slinking idea involving harmony shifting chromatically. How many roads must a man walk down? So this here is what happens when we have a D, that's a normal chord, and then this here is like a whole tone chord, and it's spelled E flat, A, D flat, G. So, because that's there, right? You know, actually, this is funny. What would happen if we changed one of those spellings? Let's change the E flat, D flat to D sharp, C sharp. Ooh, that's yucky. So that's where those microtones are right there. So what we were saying earlier is we could provide a variation in the melody that doesn't go 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. If we just hang out on the 5, then what happens is I can do this thing where I go da 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 da. And so since I'm hanging out on the A and A is in all those chords, it totally works and it's legal. And the move that I like to make down here, instead of getting like a real stretch going, well, I guess I could do that, but I don't want to. Well, that's actually not so bad. That's not as bad as I thought it would be. So here's E flat, A, D flat, G. And here's D sharp, A, C sharp, G. Why don't they sound that different? That I would think they would sound like really radically different, but it's not like night and day anymore. I guess that's a 1910 thing. There are some tunings where if you try that, if you try just shifting like a minor 7th in it by 1 or something, it's like it just like gets you. But here in 19, it's not that way. I don't think. I think it's a bit 12y that way. But yeah, okay. So da 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 da. And this chord here, this is like an A7, but it's got a sharp 4, and it's got a doubly flatted 7. All the more reason to not go, well, I don't know, maybe you could have that clash. Da 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 da. You'd have that clash there. But you could maybe interpret it as the 13th. Ooh, it might work a little higher. What happens if I sing it up an octave? Or if I try to sing the G flat itself instead of the F sharp, that might work. Whoops. Does that sound too harmonic? Did we change it too much? There's the normal melody. Here's the... Now it's turning into semaphore, and we can't have that since we have to be in diatonic land. Okay, here's the other idea. The other idea is actually way better, but I haven't developed it at all. So here's the other thing. Okay, so we could sing, how many roads must a man walk down? Ooh, deceptive progression. So I'm going to B minor from A instead of D, which is a nice little poppy thing. And I was thinking what could happen in this part is we could have a slinking up from A to A sharp to B flat, and that could be perfectly legitimate harmony that acts as kind of an extended deceptive progression. I'll explain. So we can go, how many roads must a man walk down? And I need to figure out the actual chord shape to that. Well, that's annoyingly far, I guess. No, come on. Well, I guess A sharp's here, right? So D there, E. I guess you could do like a tritone here. And then you could do... I don't want to do an A sharp octave. That's so lame. I'm just going to do this. Oh, that's so good. Okay, so here's the resolution. The idea... Okay, here's the chords. Okay, it's D, 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 G, 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 A, F sharp, B flat major. So, here's what happens. That's different in 12. If we try to do this in 12, do, 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 do. That's a common progression, right? Where you've got a D, G, and then A, and like you could go from A to B minor in a deceptive progression, right? But you can stick an intermediary secondary dominant in there, which is really cool. Man walk down. So that's how you do that in 12, right? A, F sharp 7 with an A sharp in the bass. B, B minor. Perfectly valid in theory. Really, really cool move. Now, if we get in 19 and just go up a chromatic semitone again, we still get a legitimate deceptive progression. But because we've only gone up, a diatonic semitone now instead of a whole tone, our melody and our bass line settle on a major third. So the chord progression in 12 goes D, G, A, F sharp 7, B minor. And then in 19, it's D, G, A, F sharp, B flat major. So not only does it go to the flat 6 legitimately, like if we wanted to just skip the intermediary step, da 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 da. Ooh, how nice. We can go to the flat 6 deceptively too, but it sounds much more out of key, and we probably have to return right away. But here, that intermediary step goes there. I just love that. And the A sharp and the F sharp here, and the F sharp chord, they resolve inward to B flat and F, right? In 19 tone. So it's just great. I'm just really happy with that. I feel like it's a good move. So let's see, if I can actually figure out those chord shapes, that would be even better. So let's see. It looks like the one for F sharp is just going to suck no matter what. No. Tritone. And then if this is a G, then what could we even do? I feel like the A sharp really should be in the bottom. Yeah. A7 is steamier, so do A7. Suggestion noted. I like A7 too. Because actually A here, this shape, oh, I hate it. I wonder if we could keep the inward resolution going. What would happen? You know that happens on Jacob Barton's Harkey Music Lovers. There's a song called Mystery Curve, and it sounds like it's doing... It sounds like it's on an E chord, and then I think he's on like a G sharp and a B, and then he just keeps shifting up and down 1/31st of an octave in contrary motion until he gets to some like weird dominant chord that's kind of like an E flat dominant. But it's not really an E flat dominant. I think it's actually D sharp. I haven't figured that out yet. I probably should. But anyway, okay. So back to this. Probably how you want to resolve this nice progression here. How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? Oh my God, that sounds so good. The best part about that is the melody fills in the blank. Because there, I just played a B flat power chord, right? But since my melody is a D, it's the major third. Man walk down before you can call him a man. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer. What do we do from B flat if we're going from B flat to the predominant? I feel like, well, actually, if you keep going with this little chromatic line here, we had the A and A7, then A sharp and F sharp, A sharp and an F sharp 7 chord, then B flat for a B flat, the answer. Then if we go back to that G and we go up from B flat to B, we've still continued our trend of having this little rising line which started from the bass line. Maybe we could even justify, making it like a 4/6. If we're talking figure bass, we could make it a G with a B in the bass, and then we could keep going. That's a good idea. Ooh. Or even better, I guess we could have the F go down and we could make it like an E6 of some kind. Minor sevenths in 19-tet just sounds so weird. Because I always like a minor seventh, like on the lower side, so that it's flirting with the harmonic seventh. Even if it's not, but like, even in 31, like the minor 7 just sounds like just a bit high to me. And so I really actually like the 12th tone minor 7th as something that's not a harmonic 7th. But yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's try this and let's add kind of an E minor 6th and then maybe simplistically continue the chromatic bass line and see what happens. Okay. The end. No, we started the predominant at that part. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Oh, geez. Well, that's a B sharp, so I don't know if that's going to work. What kind of... Oh, yes. Theory people who are in the chat, what kind of chord with a delicious B sharp in it could resolve to D? Now, this has got me thinking of, like, G sharp chords all day. Ooh, I know. You could have a G sharp 7 tritone sub. G sharp 7 tritone sub, and then your B sharp. Well, what would that do in that situation? Yeah, because that's... Stop it, phone. Bad. Okay. Sheldon Ray Bird says, I've been playing with 31 tet lately, and I agree with what you said about minor 7 and major 9 chords. That is cool. Let's see. Yeah. It's funny. You know, people come to a lot of these interesting, similar opinions about intervals. It's always like a really delightful treat when a bunch of people share a certain opinion about a particular kind of interval, and you just don't share that opinion at all. I actually, if that ever happens to me, what I try and do is I try and try and trick myself into thinking the opposite of what I would usually think and see if I can do it. So that's usually pretty fun. But yeah. Okay. So wait. Oh, a G sharp dominant 7th chord isn't really a tritone sub in the sense that like an E flat 7 would be. So the B sharp wouldn't resolve conventionally. Now you could have the B sharp resolve down to B in a D6 structure, or something that might sound more acceptable. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. It might not work because the major 7th might count as too clashy, you know? Yummy. The D major 7 chord sounds so good on a 19-tone guitar. It sounds way worse on 12. If I play D major 7ths on a 12-tone guitar and then I think about the 19-tone guitar, I'm like, oh man, I want to go back. But yeah, this is a really nice guitar. I love it so much. But yeah, if the pickguard doesn't fall off. So, okay, so here's our proposal. We've got the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. But the B sharp doesn't work in the bass anymore because it needs to resolve to something in the upper structure to go to the D chord. So we had this E minor 7th with the B in the bass. Oh boy, we've got to take our bass line somewhere else. We have to do it. Fine. F sharp, G sharp. And then we have a G sharp thing happening. G sharp. Am I going to make a G sharp power chord all the way up here? I don't know if I am. Ooh, yummy. That was good. See, the other minor 7ths are better. Even the minor 7th that's supposed to be like really south of the harmonic 7th, I just love it. It's got a nice little flatty sound. Sheldon says, I'd say try a descending chord passage back to the tonic. That's a good idea. Let's see. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer... Ooh, maybe you could do an actual tritone sub here. The answer is blowing. That doesn't work because the E clashes, I think. Let's see. Yeah, because then this would be here. And then this is back to B flat, E, A. Oh, that would be... That's very nice, but it doesn't like resolve in the normal way. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? I am gonna do the G sharp thing that I was doing before. G sharp. And then B sharp here, I guess. Actually, I guess I'm gonna skip this string because I don't want that low 3rd there. There's the 7th. Yeah, I guess I should just use like a normal 7th, right? Okay, so there's a little tiny G sharp 7 structure, little baby one. I wonder if I can add anything here. Ooh, look, it's G sharp minor and major. The answer, my friend. Okay, let's see. We've got this right here. And then... Oh, okay. Here, this is a real chord. Yeah, there we go. So it kind of looks like a little D here. And then, like, this grabs down at the bass. And then, using finger picking, I'm skipping that string there. So, let's give that a try. And then, if this has to... Oh, see, here's that... How do we... I guess if we want to play a D6 here... Actually, that will work. Because, even though this voicing is up here... Check it out. This B... is one lower than this B sharp. So even though I'm over here and it doesn't look like it's smooth voice leading, it's not smooth for the hand, but like the voice leading is smooth because the B sharp just goes right down there. Okay, let's see. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. answer... Fuck, where's G sharp? The answer is blowing. Oh, we have to make that augmented now. That's right, because of the E. Or I want to. The answer is blowing. Yeah, I'll just take it out. Blowing in the wind. Hey, cool. I guess that works. Let's see. Let me try and play it at full speed. I'm actually, this is so funny. I should do this myself, but the reason I've got this particular microtonal guitar is I have a certain extremely skilled uncle who likes to make acoustic guitars, and he thought microtonal guitars would be a fun challenge. So, and I made this one, we made this one so early that like I knew almost nothing about microtonality when I made this guitar. One of the first things I found online was like all of the pages on 19-tone equal temperament, since it provides a cool alternative to the diatonic scale. It's very popular theoretically, and like Satharis has this whole cool little thing about how to tune a 19-tone guitar. So I just use standard tuning because then I can remember the normal chords from silly old standard tuning. And what I need to do here is, you can see, oh good, I'm farting, that's great, is we've got the dots here, and there's not really like another dot here, because that would be analogous to like a dot on 3. And like if you're playing 12-tone guitar, you don't really need a dot on fret 3, because you can see that right away. But like 19-tone is like just annoying enough that like you might not be able to spot like the 5th fret immediately, which is why I cursed when I couldn't find G sharp, is because it's just like right here, and like I should have just looked at the dot and gone down 2, but I was thinking the other way, which was the wrong way to think. But I'm actually going to draw a dot on the major 2nd here, and then maybe another dot on the minor 3rd. I think that would be okay. And then I would have like a minor scale going up, just skipping the 7th here. So that would be really cool. Alexis says 19 EDO is my entry point to Zen harmonic music too. It's a great tuning, isn't it? I wonder, I have a really stupid idea. I wonder if you can make a chord on the 19-tone guitar. We should try right now. You know how like if you play notes that are all next to each other, it sound all clashy, and it became like a modern cliche almost immediately because it was such a Western no-no. It's such an ugly sound. Like, what if on the 19-tone guitar you could do that, but with 6 pitches right next to each other? That would sound way worse than the 12-tone one. Because I guess in 12-tone, if you had these like next to each other, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that sounds bad, but it's not like, it's only like yeah, like the 12-tone one is like this, and then like 19 is like this, and then as you get higher and higher in the octave with the tone clusters, what happens is this starts to turn into, and then it's just like weird noise. If you don't know what I mean, you should see Classical Nerd has this really funny video where he takes a 1200 tone cluster and plays it all at the same time, and it just doesn't sound like anything. And Aaron Breeze has a really funny video with 372 tone equal temperament, where he explains it and he plays the whole like gamut as one chord, and that's just like the funniest version of that I know. So yeah, okay. Anyway, let's see if we can build this chord. We're gonna do it. Okay, I don't think we can do it. I don't think it's possible. Ooh, heck, I could just tune the guitar so that I could play it as an open chord. That would be really gnarly. But I'm not going to do all that work. We're going to get back to Blown in the Wind. That's a good idea, though. Okay, here we go. How many roads must a man walk down? I need to have my lyrics in front of me. There we go, lyrics. Now I can read. That's good. How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? How many seas must white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Harmonica solo. Hey, hi David, it's nice to see you here. Ooh, is your photo of a bee? Ooh, that's good. It's really tiny though. Is it a bee with a mask on? Maybe it is a bee with a mask on. Ooh, you know what would be really funny? Let's play it in 12 and 19 at the same time. Yes, and how many roads must a man? That actually doesn't sound too terrible. It just sounds like an instrument trying to tune. Ba-da-ba. Oh, that one's gnarly. The minor third sharp. But yeah. Anyway, welcome newcomers. We've been talking about how to play Blowing in the Wind in various ways using 19-tone harmony. And I came up with a good bass line idea. So the idea is that the chords I have here would be like D, 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 G, 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 A, 7, B minor. Ooh. D, 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 G, D, A, D, bad guitar. G, 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 A, B minor. I'm adding the B minor because it's fun. E minor probably, and then A for effect, D. But then this last part, we could go G, 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 A, F sharp, B flat major, and legitimize this cool deceptive chord progression that we don't get before. A sharp and F sharp resolve inwards to B flat and F, and the melody fills in the major chord. Da, 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 da. How lucky we are. There we go, B flat major. The answer. What happens if we just sing it up an octave? Maybe that'll change the voice singing and expose some more things more. And then the chord progression we have at the end, which is working so far, is the answer is blowing in the wind. Why did that? Oh wait, that's the fifth. Oh, I'm backwards. Okay, so it should be this. Yeah, that's better. Okay. I was just taking out the fifth because since I sing an E and a G sharp 7 chord, I don't want it to clash with the D sharp. Oh, God forbid. Okay, here we go. So we're going to start here, and then we're gonna go. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The end. No, come on, play it right. I'll do it one more time. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. I feel like the B sharp going to B isn't as salient as I like because I have to transfer so far across the fretboard. I'll bet I can figure out a better position for a G sharp 7 like entity that will allow me to be up here and highlight this B sharp to B action, which we want. Let's see. Oh, something about roads and men and cannonballs. Let's see. We're going to start right. Where are we going to start? I forgot already. Man, I'm a tired boy. Let's see. This is fun though. I should have done this the other day. I feel like I'm not streaming live enough, but it's cool because people actually show up and talk. That's really neat. I love it when you guys talk because I know there's like this thing where like if somebody's streaming and you're watching them and it's like maybe there's like 3 people watching and you type in the chat and you're like the only person saying anything. I know there's definitely like chat fear where you're like afraid. You're like, oh no, I'm typing too much in the chat. Does everyone think I'm too chatty? Oh. And that stinks. And I understand how that feels, but I you can type in my chat as much as you want. I love it when my chat is full of words. So if you're like the only person commenting 10 times in a row, that is actually really cool. And I like it. And I like you. So there we go. Erasing chat fear, one live stream at a time. Okay, so let's see. All that as a big stall to get me to just play G-sharp 7. What are my headphones doing? They're getting all tangled up. Let's see. Alrighty. Da 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 da. Yeah, that seems like it can definitely work here. Da 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 da. We do want the D probably to resolve to G, C sharp. Huh. I don't know. Maybe C sharp and a B clashing is too much. Da. The answer is blowing in the wind. Because, like, if E is our melody note and it's a bit on top of B sharp, that super major third doesn't, like, jive as well on the outside. It sounds a little bit unintentional. Could be fun, though. Uh-oh, Kitty wants to come in. Da. The answer is blowing. There's an E. And then I guess you could go. Oh, there's that interval we speak of. Speak of the devil. Nice to hear you workshop this stuff. Thanks. Yeah, it's really fun. Let's see. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. And the answer is blowing in the blowing in the wind. I like that. I think that works. But we've got to add a bit more stuff in there. Oh, wow. It's almost like the G sharp is right there, and I just ignored it. Okay, there's G sharp. G sharp. Oh, the G sharp, B sharp is what's creating the augmented chord. Oh, so that's just straight up augmented. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, and then the, and then the F sharp's up here. Okay, I get it now. That's what we want. Blowing in the wind. Blowing in the wind. That works. Okay, here we go. So now, our whole little predominant riff with made-up words. Nope, I don't have the energy for made-up words. But I do have acid reflux, and it's terrible. Okay, 1, 2, ready, go. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Oh, I should have done the D6. I forgot. Answer is blowing in the wind. How do I make that nice little D sharp pop out? The answer is blowing in the wind. It works with the 6th in it, and then it's like when I resolve to the chord that has the 6, there's enough time wiggles. There's enough time on the harmonic rhythm of the chord that I can just like noodle the 6th down back to the 5 and go. You know what else I want to do? I was thinking of this, like, there's so many chord progressions where the bass line just goes down. And so, like, I could save time in a bottle if wishes or dreams ever came true, or if the chord ever resolved because there's way more notes now from 1 to 5. I think that'd be fun. Time in a bottle. That could go in, the next series of videos where like you're playing microtonal music, but or you're playing the standard music with like chromatic bass lines, but the guitarist has microtones, so it takes them longer to get there. That would be so funny with like a really, really big microtonal guitar. Like, could we get like that 153 tone guitar guy in like the entire world to just do a video where he's like playing like Time in a Bottle, but it takes him like a really long time to get there because he's just going, if I could save time in a bottle, hurry up, oh my god. He just can't get there. Oh, that would be so good. That'd be great. Let's see. Do you pronounce that Job? Like Job Cantler? That definitely sounds right. Yeah, the Perch influence. Okay. One more run through this old chord progression, and then I'm gonna call it quits. Oh, okay, John Cantler. I was wondering if like John and Job were related, and I was like, oh, it'd be so cool if their names only had one letter apart. But yeah, okay, here we go. Do a little reading. Let's see. How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. And how many years must a mountain exist before it's washed to the sea? Why did I make this text so small? And how many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Yes, and how many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Ah, wrong choice. Hold on. The answer is blowing in the wind. It's too much of an alteration on the melody, maybe. Let's see. Yes, and how many times must a man look up before he can see the sky? And how many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? Yes, and how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Oh, great. I can't play the power chord. I was meaning to do the thing that goes. But yeah. Okay. Great. Well, this is good. Maybe I'll do something in 19 tone every day because it, like, brings me joy and stuff. It's really fun. 19 tone's fun. 31 tone's fun, too. It's really, really nice to be able to just have those chords in there. But yeah. Okay, everyone, have a good night. I'll see you later. Oh, but wait, don't forget. I can promote all my stuff before I go. I have a Bandcamp, and I have a SoundCloud, and I have YouTube, but you know that already. And I have a Patreon, and I have a... Dang it. What's the other one I have? Oh, I've got a website. It just serves as a glorified log of everything, so I don't forget it. Bye!